The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild has quickly become one of my favorite games in recent memory. Gee, I wonder why, but one of the things I like the most is the various armor sets you could have, which could personalize your playthrough of the game, as well as give you some added bonuses. That being said, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, because here comes the top 5 armor sets in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So picture this. After 100 long years, you finally made your way into Hyrule Castle, but only to find out after spending so much time with Ganon, Zelda is now into black guys. No big deal, with this Dark Link armor set, not only can you sweep the princess off her feet, but you could also run faster at night. If you ever played Ocarina of Time, you might be familiar with this look during your adventure through the game's water temple. Not only is it one of the best looking armor in the game, but running faster during the night is a lot more useful than you might think. You can get from point A to point B in a quicker fashion, as well as saving stamina considering how much more ground you cover with the Wheel of Stamina compared to any other armor at this time of day. You can obtain this armor set by visiting Kilton at the various locations he appears at from anywhere between 9 PM to 4 AM. But if you haven't had any interactions with Kilton before, then you'd have to catch him over at Skull Lake at the same time frame I mentioned earlier. After speaking to him for the first time, he will officially be open for business right outside of all the major villages and towns, but only at night. Do keep in mind that you need to have all of the completed Divine Beasts in order for him to sell you this beautiful armor set. You look cool and you run faster, a match made in heaven if you ask me, which is why the Dark Link set is getting the number 5 spot. You ever start scaling a mountain only to realize that you won't have enough stamina to make it all the way to the top? Well, I can't guarantee you that this will fix your problem, but I swear it'll be a huge help. Throw on the Climber armor set and not only will you be able to scale mountains a lot faster, but it also reduces the amount of stamina used while climbing. You see a big mountain? No problem, just throw these beauties on and you'll be on top of the mountain faster than you can. Subscribe to RasouliPlays and follow him on all of his social media sites, which just so happen to be linked in the video description. The way you obtain the Climber armor set is by completing 3 different shrines. The Climber's bandana is in the Ri Dahi shrine, the Climber's gear is in the Chas Kita shrine, and the Climber's boots is actually within the shrine quest called Secrets of Cedars. Now, I know it sounds like a pain in the ballsack to get the whole set, but keep in mind you also get Spirit Orbs for this, which in theory can contribute to your stamina wheel's growth and help you climb even higher. Although a simple armor set, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't really helpful, which is why the Climber armor set is in the number 4 spot. You ever creep up behind a horse, walk by sleeping enemies, or attempt to sneak strike but always end up getting spotted? This stealth armor set is about to change your entire life. Despite the fact that you can get this set in the beginnings of the story, it still works wonders regardless of how far you are. I find that this is the armor set I keep coming back to because it serves so many important purposes. If you were to use another armor set, the same stealth you would get by crouching and walking slowly forward is the same stealth you would get by walking at a regular pace with the stealth armor. You may be thinking, well damn, that's quite the package, but wait, there's more. You also just so happen to move faster at night, but we already talked about the importance of that. Throw this set on and you're creeping on horses, sneak striking enemies, and walking by enemies like it's nothing. You can get this entire armor set at the shop inside of Kakariko Village, and trust me when I say that it is worth every single rupee. Alternatively, you can get the Sheik mask from her amiibo in replacement of the stealth headdress, but they're interchangeable. It's one of the armor sets I use most, and for good reason, which is why the stealth armor set is creeping up on the number 3 spot. It's no surprise to anyone that fighting guardians can not only hurt your feelings a little bit, but it also depletes your hearts quite quickly. This ancient armor set will make your life a whole lot easier. You get guardian resistance, meaning that you take a lot less damage from getting hit by guardians, so you can save some food and make grinding guardian materials a breeze. I know you're sold on it already, but let me one-up that by letting you know that it also gives you an attack boost when using Guardian weapons. It's a sight to see taking down the enemies in a flash using the various Guardian weapons you picked up along the way, or the ones you created yourself using various pieces of the Guardians you defeated already. Now, the way you obtain this armor set is by heading over to Akala Tech Lab and be prepared to drop some Guardian parts and rupees because this set costs quite a bit. You can turn yourself into a complete beast with the ancient armor set, which explains why it's holding down the number 2 spot. And finally, the best armor set in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild has got to be the Barbarian set. I know, an attack boost seems quite simple and a little too underwhelming to be the best armor set in the game, but think about it for a second. You fight quite often, whether it be a boss or some random enemies you run into on your journey to your destination. You kill enemies often, but making it faster will not only preserve your weapons due to you killing the enemies faster, but the Barbarian set also has another trick up its sleeve. You reduce the stamina used by charge attacks when you have this set on. You can get the Barbarian Helm at the Tukalo Shrine, the Barbarian Armor at the Dila Mag Shrine, and the Barbarian Leg Wraps at the Kazataki Shrine. With this set, you're ready for any battles you have ahead of you, which is why the Barbarian Armor set is the best armor set in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, because it really does help out a lot. If you have your own top 5 armor sets from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild that you'd like to share, I'd be more than happy to read your thoughts in the comments. I'd just like to thank myself for providing all the footage seen in this video, because it couldn't have been possible without me. If you have a suggestion for a future top 5, make sure to let me know in the comments, but other than that, thank you guys so much for watching like I said, and I will catch you guys later.